Yeah, let's just like
Jacob, put that away. Thank you. Whatever you have there. Guys, get so you can see, please. Joe, you're a tall guy. You want to sit down so that Jacob can behind you?
Come on, Joe, tall guy. This is awesome.
Okay. Girls and guys. Everyone. For me, this every 3 years as teachers you evaluate. Even though you guys you might be done getting evaluated when you're in school, when you go on to your jobs, you're always going to be still evaluated by someone who is your boss. Well, your customers will be evaluating you then, you know. So that's what this is here. It's not videotaping you guys for any other reason. Okay, so it's videotaping so that we can look at it later and say, oh, awesome, or maybe you need to work on that. Okay, so I pass these back out again to you guys and girls because I think you actually, even though I said I was going to hold on to them after I showed them to you that first time, I actually want you to take them back and keep them in your folder because people keep asking me questions and remember what I said, as long as you can answer all of the questions on here in the end, when you go to turn it in, you have free reign to do what you want, okay? So remember, you can refer back to this, just keep it in your folder, okay? Today, you're going to take, hopefully, your final design that's on your draft. This was my rough draft design, and if you kept it really clean, you can use it for your final. That's fine, but you know how I said I'm always kind of messy when I work, so I've got eraser marks all over the place, so I wanted to transfer it to a cleaner sheet. So I transferred it onto my final sheet. It's paper in the same exact spot there. So I transferred it to my final, and then I started doing the coloring part of it. Okay, so on this, and I need to finish it, so I've got some colors, or some letters that are uncolored. So on this I've used oil pastels, chalk pastels, colored pencils, and markers. I'm going to show you all 4 of those today and how to use different techniques using them. In your final, you could do all markers if you want. In your final, you can do a combination of just markers and oil pastels. You could do all 4 like I did. It's totally up to you how you want to color it in the end. Okay? So on your sheet, now you can start thinking about, when you get to that stage, you can start thinking about maybe experimenting with color or value. Someone remind me what value is. Do you remember? I'll give you a hint. My marker has different values in it. It goes from
shades.
Yes, thank you. The shading, darker and lighter, okay? So you can work with value on here. You can work with texture. I've got a lot of texture in that marker area too. Okay, so if you're looking for another one of those elements you need to kind of expand it, you can use any of those when you get to this. Okay. I'll take this. Get the cookie jar. Things for you. There's the oil pastels. I want you to practice the markers. Most likely are really want a lot more because these are looking really cool to practice. So if you want to or I definitely want to use the pastel. Start with who in your use them. You haven't passed. Everyone in this class has used them. You're not sure? It's okay. You'll probably know Jacob as soon as I start using them. Here's the chalk pastels. In elementary, you probably did. Okay, tape. Focus, please. I said focus, please. All right. The chalk pastels I used on my letters, it's the yellow and the fuchsia mixed together. It's kind of like, almost like finger painting with chalk. Okay, I tend not to use these a lot myself because I am kind of messy when I work with materials, and so they are really easy to get a mess all over the place. So I think they're beautiful. If you can keep it pretty neat, feel free to use them. Either way, feel free to use them. You just got to be kind of careful because they do get messy fast. Okay, so with the chalk pastels, you're just going to, I'm going to go from dark to light here. I'm putting down a layer. I'm going to put down my fuchsia here. Or I guess this is more of a pink. And I'm going to overlap them a little bit. I'm going to overlap the white too, because I want some white in there. And then this is the fun part. You guys are always wanting to finger paint. You're just going to try to take a clean finger and then just push it around on there. Okay, and you can do several layers if you need some more in there. Like I see, I need some more pink going up into here. Okay, and then you're going to have some little chalk dust. Try to knock it onto the floor. And see, this is what I'm talking about. It gets kind of messy. Just wait until the very end to try to clean everything. It will come off with an eraser. Okay, so the oil pastels. They're like fancy crayons, basically. Has anyone known before? You've never used crayons. White. The oil pastels are, I'm saying, kind of like fancy crayons. A little hard to blend chalk pastels because you don't use your finger to blend them. It's all about the overlapping and the layers. Into it. So like I said, it's layers, 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 layers. So I'm going to blend some green down onto it so I can make it go into a light green. I'm going to bring the green back up into the blue. Go over again with the green. I really like the oil pastels. These are probably my favorite. Okay. All right. Okay, that's the oil pastel. And I did the oil pastel on my paint brushes. Okay. The paint, I'm going to show you that next. Markers. Everybody has used markers before, but you don't often think of, you guys are addicted to these stencil things. You don't often think of using a marker to make it go dark to light. It's changing the value. Okay? Jacob, watch this part, please. You can change the value of markers by your mark making. So either making the marks closer together, like I did down there, or further apart will make it lighter. You can't take a marker and push really hard to make it go darker or go lighter pressure to make it look lighter. You actually have to make the marks closer together or further apart. So I'm going to just do a different kind of mark making here. So instead of dots, you can do it with dots. You could write your name over and over again. I'm going to do crosses here. I'm going to just do a bunch of lines, and then when I get to the other, I'm going to do fewer lines. I'm going to, on the side that I want to look darker or appear darker, I'm going to make those closer together.
Looks like you scribbled through it.
That's okay. You could do just scribbles, make it go darker and lighter. Okay, but that's how I got my dots or my marker there to go from lighter to dark down at the bottom. Okay, and then if you're just filling in space with a marker, there's a good technique for filling in space. And I illustrators that use you want will at the same time. Okay, Okay, so I'm going to just slowly make a line and then make another line next to it, overlapping a little bit. Okay. Right. For blend.
Oh boy.
Turn around, please. Just watch. Okay, for blending of colored pencils, it's a lot like the oil pastels, but they don't mush together quite as well. So I'm going to just put down a layer. Sounds like an evil laugh there, Jacob. Okay. So I'm starting out half and half. I've got half of it the dark blue, half of it the light blue, and now the key is to overlap. So I'm going into the dark blue with the light blue, and I'm going into the light blue with the dark blue. And then you're just going to do several layers of it. And if you keep layering, you're going to end up with a smooth transition. What I have for my three-dimensional part of my letters. Okay. So in the end, you could fill this whole thing up with your experiments of the different materials, or you can just have 4, but you have to have the 4 be at least a try of each one of these. Okay. If you don't want to fill this out right now, that's okay. You need to give it to me by the end of the project. Keep it in your folder so you can refer to it. You can do your practice ones first or getting your thing on your final first. Both have to get done eventually, so your choice, okay? Go ahead and go.
I wasn't here last class. Can you teach me how to do this?
Yes, I will.
For what? Elbow. Wait,
Yeah, you told me that, but you keep going in art class. You gotta stay in art class, I think. Okay? You keep leaving me in art class. You need to get some work done here, okay?
I always keep forgetting. Watch, you can even watch.
Why don't you text him later when it's appropriate time?
He needs to know by next period.
If I call up and ask Mrs. Haller this, she's going to say, yeah, I told Jacob that he should be texting Chase in your class.
You didn't say your class, but she said I need to tell him. Between your...
So I'm going to call her right now and find out if this is true. And if it's not, then we're going to have another conversation. Hi, Polly. May I speak to Mrs. Haller, please? Jacob, why don't you just go put it on my desk when you're done here? We're going to find out if you're telling me the truth. Hi, it's Julie Miller. I'm just wondering if Jacob Tyndall is supposed to be texting. He told me that you said he should be texting Chase Manaman about what classes he should take for next year. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Jacob, you need to go either to intervention or wherever you're supposed to go because Miss Heller just told me that it's a lie.
I don't.
Yeah, you need to go to the office. The office, okay. Yeah. You said that she did not tell you anything of the sort. Jacob.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Jacob.
What? I didn't do anything wrong. She can't send me to the office for I didn't do.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hang on one second.
You need to teach me how to do it.
Turning my
Okay.
admin to a music note.
Into a music note.
Yeah, like.
I think you did a good job. Just maybe make it a little bit bigger. What do you think? Sure. Okay.
I want it to look weird.
I don't think it will.
Miss Miller,
Okay.
am I doing this right?
Yes, it looks wonderful. All right, my dear. Let me answer Dalton's question, and then I'll come help you. Okay? Okay, Dalton. What is your question?
I was gonna ask for a black marker, but I got one.
You got one. Okay.
There's like a couple of them.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
All right, my dear. So here's the sheet. As long as you can answer all of these questions by the end, it will be perfect. It'll be exactly what it's supposed to be. Okay? So, do you remember line, shape, form, color, value, texture, space?
No.
Those things. Okay, you just have to pick two of those. We watched a quick reminder video when you were gone to jog your memory. These are the elements of art, and so you have to pick two of these in order to kind of focus on. Okay?
Yeah.
In the end, you're going to have probably all of them involved in it. Tate, get going. You're waiting for what? Why don't you work on one of the other ones? You were sitting right next to me when I was showing you. There's the oil pastels, there's the colored pencils, the markers. Okay, work on one of the other ones.
So, can I do like one word on this side, one word on the other side?
You should just do it all on one side. Okay? All right.
Outline these two.
Yes. I will be there in just a second, Aaron. Okay, so you need to come up with a shape that you want to kind of fit it in overall. Okay. A bubble letter. Like, let's do a V. You just need to outline it. And then a letter. I want to, here, I'm going to get my examples.
I don't want to touch these.
You'll be okay. You can wash your hands.
Mrs. Miller, I don't like those. Which ones do I have?
You
Would that be color?
have to explain how you used it, but yes. So, like in this letter, I had the letter there, but then I outlined it with flames. Joey, get going.
Alright.
Try overall shape, though. What do you mean good enough?
I don't know.
Like, is it that good to like start off with?
I think it looks great.
Like a music note.
Maybe make them a little skinnier at the very top there. Okay, what's your question, my dear?
Oh, cute. This is awesome. More like right here.
Perfect. But what were you asking? I'm sorry.
Here, let me draw a soccer ball right there. I don't know how.
What do you mean, right where? Like at the end?
Yeah, I don't know how to draw one.
Okay, so you're saying you want a soccer ball like right here. Why don't you use one of this template and get one of the small circles and use that?
Okay.
Okay.
Sizzle.
Look at that, Tate.
Yeah,
Looks
look
great.
at that, Miss Miller.
You know how to use soap and water, right?
What's a soap? What is this thing called water?
You've never heard of that thing called water?
I know what ice water is, but not water.
What is
What is this thing called life?
Now you're getting pretty deep, Jared. So overlap a little bit more into that brown, Andrew. Okay. Oh. Max. Yeah.
Looks super bad, doesn't it?
Looks really good, Abe. Are you going to have this up high like that, Abe? Going off the page? Or when you do it on your final, you want to scoot it
When I
down?
do it on the final, it's not going to be off the page.
leaked out on you?
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
What do
No. This is really good. Nice job.
Is this good? No.
Now, well, orange and blue, you did a good job blending, but orange and blue are
Across of it.
across. Do you remember what that's called? Complementary colors, and when you put two complementary colors together, it makes a brown.
That's the problem.
Yes, and you got the same thing going on. You got the same thing going on because you got red and green. So
No.
if you hadn't chosen complementary colors, it'd be fine.
That's
You
what
get-
mine looked like. Yeah, that was
That's
that.
good.
That was the
Oh.
Yeah, it's nice. Very nice.
And then
Okay. Okay, how are you doing, my dear? Brayden, who usually sits at your table with you? Doesn't someone else usually sit here? No? Okay. Yes.
Now, where's the color wheel? Okay, thank you.
That helps? Okay.
That looks weird now.
Oh. My problem is for helping you is I'm not really even sure what a music note, like how they're, do you have a music note? Picture of one?
It looks like that. Miss Miller, doesn't it?
Okay, so maybe it's,
Rachel, can I use your iPad real quick? It's over there though.
maybe, does it need to come up more here? Like that?
No. I'll show you a picture. Rachel, what's your internet thing? But how do you get on the normal page? Oh,
Boys, are you getting something done over there? Just talking and not doing anything?
Miss Miller, I'm confused on how you do that.
The mark making to make comes up more. Try erasing that. Yeah. Erase it if it's clean enough and you like how it looks.
On the other side now.
On the other side? Oh, okay.
Over here too.
After all this. What about that? It.
Do I just make a bunch of lines?
You could make a bunch of lines, yeah, and cross. Or you could do the dots like I did.
Shut your mouth.
Tate,
What?
we've got a really awesome video of you being mean.
I told him to shut his mouth.
Yeah. You
It's
don't
not
need
that
to be.
big.
We're joking though.
I could be
Yeah,
a
I
lot
don't care if
meaner.
you're joking or not.
I can be a lot meaner if you want.
I would not like you to do that. We already sent one person to the office. We can.
You're gonna send me to the office.
He goes there every day. Did he send himself more?
He did kind of send himself.
Yeah.
What did he do?
And we're not going
So
to
your
worry
business,
about
Kate.
that.
Jeez.
Okay, but I think you might need to
double?
go to another spot
Oh wait, why?
because you've got two things done here
Well, that's
for the
crazy
whole
'cause I'm
day.
like
That's because I
3.54 of the way done.
this too much, I think. This used to be all orange. and red.
3.54.
Okay, you got. When are you guys out of here? Today. 57. Okay. So, Joseph, you've got 10 minutes to get the other two done, and then to work. You need to do some more work on this, okay?
Yeah, I've lost that. Still, if you're that poor, you can't pay
Is this what you're gonna do for your final?
Yeah.
Okay, so get the other two done, and then let's get some more done on this.
I would think that the security cameras would notice you stealing those out of the package.
Oh wow, these are so interesting.
And this video can only
Boy, I sure am hungry for chocolates.
What?
the video only captures like
There's a microphone in it.
And there's one on the tablet too.
Oh, is there?
So if he says something bad about Mr. Lasher now, I pick it up.
it's on the microphone in there when it follows you.
I wonder if they heard
Yeah.
something like this.
So what are you worried about? What?
Because you said that Kate
I actually didn't say the boss.
Oh, yeah.
That's a doozy. Never joke.
Tape's loud enough that I'm sure we can hear him. Awesome. Yes, I love it.
Can I use a pencil?
Oil pastel. I'm gonna try to mush around here. Layer. Looks like the moon. Red with the orange. With the red. Put a little more orange in, put a little more red in. Let's see. Okay, you need to try the oil pastels still.
I don't know what an oil pastel is. Great. So I just did this freaking circle for nothing.
There's
It was
My time, Miss Miller.
Tate, I don't like how you're talking to me.
Just kidding.
It doesn't matter if you're kidding or not.
Yeah, I'll say a couple things.
Even draw a circle.
Let's practice you being respectful.
This marker.
So let's redo what you just said. Tate.
I'll do the oil pastels.
Okay, great. Good. That will be a good practice for you.
Is this what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Well, one looks cool. Like, I don't know what one to do on my phone.
I think you did all of them really great.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite out of what you did, or what's my favorite? I think it looks like the oil pastels and the markers are probably my favorite of what you did. I don't. That's see for me too. Okay.
I remember.
I'm gonna do it over. I like this, but I wanna like make it like that one thing that you did, like ooze off it, and I don't know how.
With the what?
Like that ooze, like looks like it's like paint that's like dripping off.
Okay, so you're gonna do it on this one though? Okay, so
You would have listened. Who's talking? What's a listen?
gonna go around, and then if you go down to here, you're just gonna go around and just let some go down, do some less down, but just blobby all the way around.
Do I trace with marker or pencil?
It's up to you. If you feel really confident when you're tracing, you can trace it with the pencil or with the marker. If you're like, I don't know.
That look weird with the oil pastels and marker, like outlining it.
Oh, I would. Well, yeah, you're gonna trace it with the marker eventually. But I would, if you think you're nervous about tracing right to marker, I would do pencil first. Ow. Yeah. Those chalk pastels tend to make it kind of difficult.
I think they look cool.
They do look cool.
I can see. I'm not colorblind.
Go get hot water on a paper towel and just kind of dab at it.
I never wanted to do the oil pastel in the first place.
Okay. All right, guys and girls, you've got about 5 minutes to work. Okay, 5 more minutes to work.
It's nowhere, I'm done.
Okay. So, what are you going to do now?
Do my final.
You have like 5 minutes.
So you're going to work on that? Yeah. Why don't you outline that in your black marker?
Andrew, can I have my black marker back?
Here's the black marker too.
I don't want a thick black marker.
You don't want a thick one?
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Use whatever one you want. What are you doing on your phone, my dear?
Looking up the logo.
Okay.
The place for this team, so I'm gonna do like a little logo on the side.
Mrs. Miller, could I like color this like this and then do like designs behind it?
What kind of designs are you going to do behind it?
Like bubble, like cool, like just squirrely.
Do some
designs behind
textures, you mean?
it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to be focusing on shape and texture?
Yeah, like go like here and be like that, and have it go around it, and then just like color that in.
Yeah. How are you going to answer the last question on there?
What do I do now that I'm done with the rough draft?
Wait, the color or like the word?
No, this.
Yeah, but
It can be your whole piece all together.
well, this is what some people call me.
Okay. So do you
And
think?
the color, those are my high school basketball team colors.
Okay. So you think you'll be able to answer that question? Okay.
What do I do next?
Are you draft done, Abe? Okay. Okay, so this is dark enough that I think you'll be able to see it, but this you're going to probably have to darken for changing it to the light box.
When do I need to do that?
Okay.
That's what I heard.
Final at? Where's your final of your Oh, let's fix. Why don't you get it out? Let's fix that hand up.
Grab these two here.
They're beautiful.
Wait, Is this one good though?
What was that?
Is this one good?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Like, did I do this right though?
Yeah, you did it right. It's great. Now you just got to practice the colored pencils and the markers. Practice those two. Great. Good. Do you know which ones you're going to use? The oil pastels? Okay. Cool. So why don't you finish outlining that in a black marker. You can save that so you know, remember what you want to do. Stick that in your folder. Okay. Ooh, very nice. What's your favorite?
Looks so good.
Kaylee, you are very hard on yourself.
My finger. How does this happen?
That's the way that the chalk pastels are.
Will this here?
Yeah, hang that up, will you?
I don't even know where my phone is.
Yeah, hang these.
My name's not on it. Is that okay?
I would put your name on the back. You hang it. You can hang it. Hey, guys and girls, if you did chalk pastels, if you did chalk pastels and you did it on your final, I want you to clip it up where we hang our paintings, because if you put it in your folder, it's going to smear, okay? All right, oh boy. We are almost out of time, guys. I need you to quickly put those materials back just as nicely as you had found them and put up the chairs.
Miller.
Hey.
I can't find my thing. My folder.
Pull out all the folders. Let's lay them out. We'll find it.
Maybe it's karma, Tate. Maybe it's karma. Oh, Jared. I almost Jared,
Guys, Tate, and whoever else is yelling, shut up.
That's when I get mad.
Knock it off.
No, we were
Shouting it out for no reason. Goodbye if you're go. That table. I'll write you a late pass if you finish cleaning the rest of the table. Bye, Braden. Have a good weekend. Keep it so that you can look at it for next time, so you know. Just sort in your folder, so you know what you want to do or what you don't want to do. Yeah.
I just washed my hands.
It's beautiful. Ethan, you're not in my class. Get going.
Come with that.
Nope, go. He's staying to clean up.
God, clean up.
Nope, goodbye. Love you, but leave. Yes. Just keep them right in the middle of the table, but we're gonna...
I'm getting a light class.
Go, goodbye, guys. Do not be late. You can't find it?
Nope.
Okay, let's see.
I had it earlier in the period.
Ha.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
If you tell us we're leaving Mama's joke, we'll put them away for you.
Which thingamabobbers?
All of
We
them.
hang
We're actually going to leave them in the middle of the table because we're going to keep using
these
those.
up if we use these.
You can hang yours up if you can't find your folder or you don't have your folder. That's fine. Okay, guys, will you run around and put up those chairs too?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Do you want me to write you a late pass too, Jacob?
My homies
Thank you for calling up about Jacob. I totally think I was nervous about being videotaped. And
Everything you can do leaves the choice to choose.
What was that?
He's choosing his.
Oh, I know. I know.
Okay, well, here's what I did. I sent
Okay.
you, you'll get this email.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, here it is. So then, it's just got some stuff here. You put your name, what your lesson was to be covered. You can, and as you type, these boxes get bigger.
Okay.
So it's easy to type in the box. And then, as
Okay.
you're watching the video, there'll be certain things. There's a time index, of course. Index the time on the video within a minute. Any other comments, positive, please. I'm not looking for you. As to how that part of the lesson was working for you,
Okay.
and sure what correction.
Okay.
If there was a math class, more likely it would be something like that. What your learning target
I'm
is,
sorry. I'm just going to interrupt you for a sec. 201.
perhaps a learning target or a statement of why they're learning the content. Delivery of the content. Tell us how you delivered it.
Okay.
Any opportunities for students to collaborate or not. Assignment of independent work, a dismissal of students from classroom, other observations, how you feel about the lesson,
Okay.
and then you just email it back to me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's all that is. So you've
It's
got that.
fun watching yourself in video.
Yeah, I don't like looking at myself, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But you did
It's-
a great job,
Thanks.
and you handled Jacob better than I would have handled him.
Oh, boy.
Why he has to act that way is beyond me.
I figured out with him, some days he's great, and some days he's just like that. But I figured
Yeah.
out with him that the more he sees you get angry,